Hello folks and welcome to Tech TV, Gareth here. I'm just home from a day's trimming and on my way home I got treated to a nice coffee. A big shout out to Uriel Gray who bought me this, so I really appreciated Uriel and thank you. I normally go for an Americano, but since I was getting treated I went for a cappuccino. While I'm drinking this coffee I'm going to get a few things prepared for tomorrow for trimming. I'm going to take you over to a Hoof which I treated yesterday, so I hope you enjoy. When we saw this cow, it was very clear that she had an extremely sore front foot. She was really putting her foot out in front of herself as far as she could to try and see if putting any weight on it at all. Let's get this girl into the crut and see how we can help. The first obvious thing about this foot compared to the other three was that the claw length was twice as long, and this long toe on the medial claw was twisted, obviously not very comfortable to walk on. Some of you had commented on my last little spray bottle. I really did like it, but it was time for an upgrade. Firstly, I trim around the heels with the knife to check if it's sound or not, so I know what I'm working with. That all looks good, so it's time to tackle this big toe with the grinder. Judging by how lame she was, this toe doesn't look like good news. This cow has what we call toe narcosis near the axle wall, and as we get into the trim we discover it actually travels up the axle wall. These lesions are incredibly painful, and getting the weight off them with a block is the only way the cow will get any relief. I'm using a long wearing block and I've cut this toe edge so I can place the block back up the heel to improve her foot angle, because as we seen before she got into the crush, she was walking away back on her heel. This block will increase her heel height and therefore help her to walk more naturally. With the block on, I start to thin out the toe with the knife before debriding the loose horn around the lesion. These narcotic toes really do stink. While I love my job, hoof trimming certainly isn't a glamorous one. We start each day clean, but as you can see, it's not long until that changes. One positive is that when I call in at the shop for my evening coffee, stinking like a narcotic toe, you certainly do get the coffee machine to yourself, once people realise who's causing that bad smell. The term narcosis or narcotic means dead, so this is really a dead toe. The hoof has become cracked or damaged at some point, allowing bacteria, dirt and manure in, causing this narcotic toe. My job here today was to give some comfort to this cow, and without our intervention, this cow's ability to move around would disappear. With the block fitted, loose horn removed, and lesion washed with a salicylic wrap, let's see how she can move now. She is walking a lot better, but it will take her a wee while to realise she doesn't have to put her foot out as far. But minutes after her trim, it's lovely to see her walking more confidently on that nasty lesion. Hello again folks, I hope you enjoyed that little video of Hoof of the Week. While you were away I was sharpening a few knives. I use this here machine here. It's got a little grit belt on it and a cloth wheel, and I've just sharpened these knives here, which will do me tomorrow. I might possibly do a video on knife sharpening and how to do it at some point along the line, but thanks again for watching folks, and if you enjoyed the video don't forget to hit the subscribe button and comment below. Take care and I'll see you all soon.